Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? Want to talk about just something that's not brought up in the same vein as nice guy. This idea that the good die young. And I'm bringing this up mainly because this does apply to this idea of a nice guy a lot. As you could only imagine, he's doing a lot for a lot of people that probably don't care about him, right? But let's try to simplify that. And I'm going to try to keep this video short, sweet, and to the point. One aspect of the good dying young, if you're a nice guy, is well, actually, let me just give you a summary of what I'm going to talk about. Well, here's this. It's one thing to know that he's doing so much, but it's also knowing that there was still so much for him to do. That's how, as a nice guy, the good die young. So let's talk about when a nice guy is doing so much. Well, it's obvious he's doing so much for a lot of people that don't care about him. They take advantage of him. He's just going out of his way. Yeah, he's just doing a lot of everything, for a lot of people that don't care about him. And it's just depleting him, depleting his energy, his mind, his heart, his soul, right? But then there's the other aspect of being a nice guy, as far as there was so much to do. Well, in this life that we live, and with all the untapped potential of certain people, one thing that's always been said in one's eulogy, he had so much promised for him. And I think that's unfortunate because a lot of people don't seem to get how a nice guy can be a blessing until he's no longer here. That's very unfortunate. But that just comes to show you that even his own moral compass usually always is his echo chamber saying that there's so much that has to be done in this world. There's so much that I would like to accomplish before my time is up. I don't want to waste any breath of my life just sitting around not accomplishing things, right? So he's left with this grandiose vision, this grand vision per se. And not all of his vision will be fulfilled in his lifetime, especially when he knows that there's so many people in this world not trying to get up to do anything. It takes him literally being like Hercules, putting the world on his shoulders, carrying a lot of people's burdens, literally carrying people that are burdened, right? But this is part of his heart. He has such great empathy for a lot of people and a lot of things, even if he ends up doing too much for those same people and even those he don't know. There's just a lot to clean up in this world. And it would be nice if we all done a lot of things together so that way we all can live long lives. Why is it that the wicked live longer than the good? That's also been my question. Because they're not doing much for this world. They're getting much out of this world, though, aren't they? And then on top of that, they're not trying to do anything for anybody in this world, and they're getting along just fine because they're taken from everybody. See, one that's nice per se is one that's giving, and one that isn't nice is usually one that's taking. Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful when you hear people tell you not to be nice. In what context you mean that? Because we just really live in a parasitic society. It is what it is. And that's why, with someone that is nice, especially a nice guy, his lifespan is not that long. Unless he finds a way to be at peace with himself, to have his own sense of solitude, and to do things for people and to do things for this world accordingly. You got to pretty much become an anti hero as a nice guy in these modern days that we live in. Thanks a million.